What's up, guys? This is the NapX/iNetwork interview. This time we have iKingsWorld here. Last time we had Bag Motion. This time we have the lock of Before the Fame right here. KingsWorld, say what's up to everybody. How you feeling?
What's good, everybody?
All right, so KingsWorld, you already know what time it is. It's pretty much we have an interview set for you, man. We got some questions here for you. Everybody want to know everybody want to know a little bit your personal life, but also how you basically got into the game of 2K. But not only that, how you are doing, especially with the odds of going to Vegas and also you potentially going to the NBA 2K Elite Draft, man. How excited you feel about that?
All right, we can start with like my personality, man. Everybody know me. I'm pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. Like I'm funny. Like I love laughing all the time. I'm a joke. I'm gonna be myself no matter who I'm around. I'm not like the type of shy person. I look at myself. I think my teammates can say the same. They look at to me like a leader, necessarily, but I'm a leader that can also follow another leader, if that makes sense. As far as like how I became in 2K, it started out with like me and Oreo. We was playing together for a little while. I met him on Looking For a Group. It's funny because when I first started playing, man, I didn't even care about like I just played for fun. It was just like me and my RL, and then Oreo. I know him for a long time. We kind of built the team, and then once SL2K came around, it was a free league back then, so everybody was quote unquote. It was a free league, and so there was no prize, nothing like that. We played in it, and then I think I played Fab one time. Actually, it was funny. That's the first game, comp game I ever remember. And I was playing point guard back then. And when I played Fab, it was pretty cool. I played good. We almost beat them, and I'm with my RS. I don't know if they was trolling or not, but then we got into the league, and then I started seeing like WR and stuff like that. And people don't know, but I always had bad internet up until right now. This year, I always had terrible internet. So like that's another reason why I couldn't take the game seriously. So when you come back to that, I started out. I was in college. I ran track for 4 years. I won a national championship, won a bunch of conference championships, stuff like that. So that was my focus then.
Right.
Like that was why I wasn't really devoted to 2K. So I would say this year was my first year actually taking it seriously since Dallas. That was like when I finally figured it out. Like, hey, I can lock in on this. I can make it somewhere. And so it begins then. Like you play basically every more year. I took it seriously, and now I finally locked in. I drop YouTube, Twitch, stream. I do everything, content, all that kind of thing. And as far as like 2K League experience, honestly, since I got to Dallas, I'm gonna be real, like that's what really woke me up for it. It was a few people, I don't know if they want me to name them, so I really won't say their name, but a few people that's big in the community reached out to me, and they was just like, hey man, you showed out. Like if you take this seriously, like you could be somewhere big next year. And like I had to talk to my girlfriend and my family, everybody like that. I just told them like it's gonna take me a lot of time. In order to be great, it's gonna take sacrifice. So I made a lot of sacrifices myself then, and I still am now. I don't go out and stuff no more, stuff like that. Like hey, but this is my hobby. This is something I'm gonna put my all into, and so here we are. Like man, for draft February 26th. Of course, I'm going to Vegas. I might be getting ahead of myself right now, but it's coming. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I feel you, man. And again, the track pretty much also leading you into having a possible career. Why did you stop going for track? Or
that's a funny question. A lot of people ask me that. Man, I was really good at track. I was the number one runner in Mississippi for a while. My senior year of high school, I was the number one throughout. Right. And I was a top runner in college. But when it comes to running, man, like it's an everyday job, bro. We used to wake up 4:30 every morning. And it got to the point where it was like, I'm getting ready to graduate. I want to live my life. And I had a chance to go to some different schools, like LSU, for example, stuff like that, to continue my running because I graduated college this past August 2021. Right. But it just came to the point, man, where like, I was content with with everything that I did when it came to running. Like I did all the accolades, stuff like that. So it was just like it's out the window for me. Like. Right, what's next for me?
Right.
Yeah, some real life stuff. And then I figured out the opportunity for 2K. Like, hey, like this is the next step. So I got a question for you, and pertaining to the question of Oreo. But you pretty much answered that, how you got into 2K Pro and how you realized you can take it far. Because pretty much a lot of people basically reached out to you, and then Oreo is basically being a good help.
What got you in 2K in general? What got you in gaming in general? Like,
I used to play basketball too. It was funny. 9th and 10th grade, I was a top prospect again in Mississippi. 9th and 10th grade, I just.
So you was just a sports athlete completely.
Yeah, I played football too. Same way. My freshman year, I just it came down to like the coaches.
Right.
They kind of ruined the sport for me. It was just not necessarily a bad thing. Just their way of coaching. It just didn't fly with me. Like it didn't fly with a lot of people. But it just didn't, like, the way they coach, you know, like, I care more about, it's bigger things than just winning, in my opinion. They care more about winning. So, you know, it kind of pulled me away from that. And so I, like, started playing basketball, and then it was funny, me and my RL, he was on my track team too. I got him a scholarship at the same school as me. So we went, and we was looking for games to play one summer, and I was like, bro, let's get 2K, because me and my brother used to always play 2K. And we was like, yeah, let's get 2K. And we used to, I don't know, people don't know, we used to share Xbox. And before we both got Xboxes, we used to share Xboxes. We used to share internet. Like, he used to be the person that I grind with. I didn't take it as seriously back then as I do now. But that's how I kind of like got into like the 2K aspect.
Okay. Listen, hey, even if the earlier, the later, you still showing out, so that doesn't matter, man. As I said, playing the game of 2K, as long as you find that love and passion for it, that's all that matters, man. That's great. I got something to tell you, right? Say if I'm a GM right now, say I'm in the 2K E-League spot, say I'm a coach or a GM, tell me why you should be on my team. Why should I get you as my lock and basically be the one that's going to defend these top point guards?
I like that question. And also, if you're GM and you asking me that question, I'm gonna tell you, number one, I mean, I'm always gonna put my all into something. It don't matter if I'm up 20, down 20. Like, that's just me. Like, I don't. No one likes to lose. I don't like to lose. So that's number one. Number two, I mean, if you want me to be honest, like, I think we haven't made it to Vegas yet, so I won't even speak on Vegas. But I'm gonna speak on Dallas for a sec. Regardless of what happened or how did we win or not, I mean, the team we had, we weren't supposed to do anything. Nobody knew me. I went on PlayStation. As Nap said it himself, I was supposed to be a nobody, which I guess I was during that time. And look what I did. And I mean, some of them, all of them, they helped me out too. But it was also like, I took a chance on myself. Even Lab told me, like, it's stuff we talked about. Like, I took a chance on myself going to Dallas with a team I didn't know. So imagine if you could put me with some pros. I mean, I'm going to tell you this too. My play at Vegas will speak for itself, and that'll be a convincing reason why. And outside of like 2K things, I mean, like I do content. Everybody know, like, I like to have fun. I'm just a chill person. Like, some stuff is bigger than 2K. I mean, of course, if you're in the 2K league, you getting paid to play 2K. But outside of that, like, I could teach people lessons, life lessons, things like I went through. I'm pretty sure I feel like I went through more than what the average person has been through. So I mean, I think I'd be a mentor for some people, whether they older than me or younger than me.
Now, I was gonna ask you about your experience as well from Dallas, and I think that's a good selling point too, especially in terms of like experience. You've been experiencing that big stage. The nickname, the guy who stands up, is literally now dawned on you, by the way, from that Dallas event. What was that speciality from that Dallas event, especially when you're playing with fire?
I'm gonna be real, man. I don't. People was like, some people was thinking I was getting nervous, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't get nervous, bro. I ran track.
You play track and play ball. You play football, so
that's just how I was comfortable. You know, like, hey, when the lights got on, bro, it's me. I'm that's just how I'm comfortable. Will I be? Everybody keep asking, will I be standing in Vegas? I 100% will be. I hope my team is standing with me. Like, yeah, I make it in the league, I will still be standing, man. Like, that's just gonna never change. That's just how I'm comfortable to play. Do I stand up at home? No, not really. Sometimes just on stage, hey, it's just an intimidation thing, man. Like, I remember looking across the table against a few of the people, I'm standing up and they just looking like they hands were shaking, like, it's just an intimidation thing.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, you gotta have that confidence in yourself, man. If you don't have that confidence in yourself, you're not gonna get that far, man. Especially, you're trained now to have people basically look at you, boo you, hype you up, you know what I'm saying? So you got that experience. That's great, man. As I said, that'll take you levels. And you kind of sold me. I ain't gonna hold you. I need that out of my lock. You know that already. Anyway, tell me more about your relationship with like your coaches or players or people in your organization mostly, because I know you with Too Cold, and what advice do they tell you coming into the days of Vegas or NBA 2K League in general?
We can start with Too Cold. We can go in a little depth. I mean, I've been with them for like over a year now. I always been the type of guy, and I think any coach that's watching this could also take this into account. I've always been the type of guy where I'm the underdog, or it's like somebody's gonna take a chance on you. You know, they took a chance on me. I wasn't really that big back then. I still wasn't playing the game back then when I joined them. I still had bad internet, but Hex took a chance on me. And I grew up with them. I done got a leadership role, stuff like that. But they always just pushed me to be better, man. I can't really stress that enough. I didn't get to mention it a lot in Dallas. I should have, but they pushed me a lot as far as like, whether it's my YouTube video, just streaming and trying to get partner, put myself out there. I mean, even yourself, like, even though you don't want to do an interview, but you push her every day, like, yeah, like upload. And I really want to shout out Trent Reed, man. This man, he texts me every single day, bro. Make sure you upload. And then Aaron Fox, like somebody like him and West, like they and Coach Ken, like they kind of helped me like figure everything out, you know, like make sure I'm doing the right things. In my interview with him also, he was telling me like maybe I should go a little bit more depth. And as far as like before the fame, man, like it's more than a name for me. Like a lot of people look at it. It used to be a troll brand, I guess, and now we respect it. We won some, you know, we done did this and that. But as far as that goes, like it's really more than a name. Like I won't say me, I'll say we. You included and the team. We took a people that was underrated, and from the start of this year, we was beating people. Like we was dogging them, and we still haven't stopped. And so, and I kind of feel like that's the same thing you could take away for our team in Vegas. We underrated. I feel like every single one of us is underrated, and I think we're gonna really surprise people as long as we locked in. I think the sky's the limit for us, and we are our only biggest enemies. And as far as just like outside people, like there's a lot of people that do support me. There's a lot of people that want to see me do well, and I can't name them all.
Right. But
there are like just people that just continue to push me. And there's people like even Dave Fry, man. I've texted him a few times, you know, trying to do this and that, and like some of the stuff he say, hey, I got a chance to play with some of them guys this year. You know, I learned a little bit outside of 2K. Like I learned certain things, and it just helped me get better as a person.
Now, as far as like you said, from outside aspect and everything as well. And it's a great thing that you basically pointed out for coaches and Too Cold. You know, me and you basically in the same organization and everything. Too Cold always take chances. Hex has been doing a great job running things, man. But it's also another organization that's sponsoring you right now. It's called iNetwork. How's iNetwork basically helped you with your sponsoring and branding as well?
Oh, man, it started with them guys. Them guys came from Dallas, and they just came out of nowhere, and like they followed a lot of people that was in Dallas, and the support from the start from them, even before I was a partner athlete, man, it was just crazy. Like they don't, not only do they support their partner athletes, but they support the community as a whole.
Right.
And I think you could take people like that, whoever, I don't know personally who the actual person behind it is. I mean, maybe I can meet him in Vegas, but between that,
I don't know
the lab, I mean, even like UPA, like they're doing things that's 10 years from now, man, it's gonna be crazy. But back to your question, like they support me in everything I do. I mean, every single thing I post, even if I forget to tag them sometimes, they're gonna retweet it. They're gonna make sure I get noticed. And even like, not just me, it ain't even just about me. To them, it says iNetwork, but it should be We Network, because there is no I in them. They're a common goal for everybody. Like regardless of whether I'm a partner athlete, you know, we got me, you, Unguardable, Seldom, etc. But it's like they support the whole community. I think like as a whole, we just need to keep doing that. So I think they're setting a good example, not only for the community, but for myself too. You know, like I can take out what they do, not necessarily take out what they do, but I can use what they're doing for me, give my team a platform, or my friend a voice, etc.
Right. Now, I got it for the outside question. Pretty much, I was gonna get ahead into, and especially you got all the advice basically outside advice, and pretty much what is gonna basically help you become not only a better player but a better person outside of life. What was your career path if it wasn't for NBA 2K? What would be like kind of the thing that you wanted to do outside?
I mean, to be real, man, it was probably coaching sports. That's what I grew up in. I mean, I love being like a leader. Like I love helping people, and like I want to be an inspiration to people. Like it sounds kind of corny and stuff, but like people don't know my story. I'll be revealing the video soon. It's in the works of like my life, past life, about me basically. But I ain't come up in the best background and stuff like that. But so I learned a lot, and I can help people do that. So it didn't necessarily have to be coaching. It could be a mentor, maybe a counselor, stuff like that. But I do have a degree in school. I mean, do I plan to use it? Maybe in the future. But I ran track. So
was it or degree?
It was physical coach. It was physical education and coaching.
Nice.
So like anything of that sort. I mean, and even if I want to open my own gym. That's something I am going to do eventually. I will open my own gym.
Hey, so people going to be balling after a tournament? That's what
and I do have like my own clothes. I have Before the Fame clothes, and I have my own brand called 4TF. It's me and a few of my brothers started it together. It's growing. I mean, it's not nothing crazy right now. Like Reach the guy got his big clothes, man. I like his clothes too, but it's right. I'm on a career path and stuff like that too. Like I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not the type of person to go to work every single day. I'm just the entrepreneur type. So like whatever it's gonna be something that I'm self-proclaimed and I've done it myself.
Okay. Hey, listen. If it get you some bread in your pocket, that's all that matters. You feel me? Like especially with the clothes. And especially if you run your own gym and people after an event say like we go to Vegas, say we go to Dallas or anything, and you open up your little spot and everybody can go to the gym and everything, that'll be awesome. Because I know CB13 and the rest of them about to have a tournament soon. Are you gonna hoop in it or not?
It depends on the day, man. I can't get too loud, but I got some stuff planned.
I understand. All right. My next question to you: how do you deal with pressure or stressful situation, and just in general, just in outside of 2K, during 2K, especially when you're in a tough spot? How do you basically go about it? Do you take a woo side? Do you take a minute to like I need 10 minutes, I need 5 minutes just to calm down, breathe after a heavy loss, or if you was arguing with a teammate, or if you trying to basically communicate, or just in general in life, do you how do you go about it?
It was kind of lagging, but I think I got what you was asking. You was asking basically like, how do I deal with pressure and like teammates, adversity.
And the outside, but also like 2K and outside, pretty much same thing.
We can do outside first. Real life, man. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Outside, yours kind of lag a little bit, but outside life, like I mean, I've been through adversity my whole life, so that's nothing. Like I take the hit and move on. Like I'm telling you, man, I always tell people I'm the most unfortunate and luckiest person ever. That's just my life. But at the same time, like I mean, when it comes to life, like life gonna hit you hard sometimes. Sometimes it's gonna be good, sometimes it ain't. I just learn how to take my licks, learn from them, keep moving. When it comes to like 2K, I mean, as far as like team, man, I mean like, of course everybody's gonna argue. All the difference in a good argument and a bad argument is what you actually get out of. Like what purpose are you trying to put? Are you trying to say something just to be right? Or are you trying to say something to actually help someone? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So as far as like that goes, I mean, it's always like I try to give everybody a fair chance to speak, and I learned this over the time, like even like since the beginning of 21, just trying to listen to everybody. Like everybody deserves an opinion. You should let everybody voice their opinion, and so that's how you kind of deal with it. And as far as just in general, like you're gonna make mistakes no matter what. Everybody gonna make mistakes, whether it's 2K, real life. It's just about what you can do after you make the mistakes.
Right. Hey man, that's a solid answer to that question. Listen, and this is gonna be the last question before we end off the interview, and it's gonna be a 2-part question right here. What NBA player inspires you, has just a player in general for NBA 2K, or like just a regular NBA player? And then I'm going to ask you, the second question is, what NBA 2K elite player or coach do you connect with the most?
Okay. I'll say basketball and NBA is Kobe, man. Like that was my guy growing up. His mentality, bro. Like he's my GOAT. I don't care. Like LeBron's not my GOAT. MJ is not my GOAT. Kobe will always and forever will be the best player in the NBA ever. And it ain't due to like he played well, but it was just his mindset. And I'm gonna tell you this: the same thing applies to me. When it comes to real life or 2K.
Right.
My mindset always been there. That's how I was able to win so much in track. Like it's really like a mental thing. I ain't even gonna say a lot. Everything is more mental than it is physical to me. If your mind there, like you can do impossible things that nobody could imagine. I mean, I honestly would say, look at me for example. Like and when I release my about video, everybody will see what I mean when I say that. As far as 2K, I mean, I'm gonna say Bear. Like I'm gonna give you a few people, but I think Bear, cause like his personality, like he not afraid to show his personality, and I'm not afraid to show who I am either. Somebody like that, somebody that's not in the league, I'd say seldom too. Like
right,
he got his ups and downs, but like he's still not afraid to show his personality, and I'm the same way. Like I'm the type of person I'm gonna show my personality. But outside of that, like I honestly like I've been watching a lot of Krish, like a lot of Krish videos, learning from him. Like he might not even know it, but I definitely been looking up from him. And then as far as like honestly, like center wise, I definitely look at Day Fry, and I watch shots sometimes. And I do like Keena's leadership. Like I take from a few different people. It's not necessarily one person.
It's not like just all mixed in one. It's just basically
and like
from different, right?
Coach wise, I mean, like I really think Wes been a good mentor for me. Like the man, like he didn't know me, and he just met me through 2K. He still never met me in real person. I hope I could shake his hand in Vegas, but it was just the amount of things he like give me advice on or help me on, even like outside of 2K. Like it's just real. Like if anybody want to go watch, I did an interview with him, and it was a really good interview with him also. But he just a person like somebody you could just come to and be like, hey, this is going on, man. You know, like I really like look up to somebody like Wes for real.
Hey man, I appreciate that answer, especially to Wes. Basically, kind of is a little bit involved in this interview or not, because you know NapX and iNetwork basically collabed together for this interview. Kings, let me just say. Well,
before you end, let me. I want to go back to that question. My bad. I also do want to say Lab, because what he does for the community and iNetwork, but what Lab does for the community is just crazy. That's somebody like, hey, he teach you to give back. Like I won his giveaway and I gave some money back. Like that's another person that deserves a lot more credit than he gets.
Right. I be doing really good giveaways, man, and he be really putting on for the community. And then it also, you notice that the energy basically once he gives back, somebody always wants to give back afterwards. They want to continue the motion. They want to continue to get what he says, get active. And knowing him as a person that I worked for before, man, Lab is a great person to be around, man. We have concluded the interview, Kings. I do appreciate you being on here for the iNetwork/NapX interview. Is there any last words that you want to say? Anything that you want to say for everybody? And I know you and me gonna be in Vegas studying, going hard, especially for Before the Fame, for try to represent. You know what I'm saying? Anything?
If there's any last words, I'm gonna be honest, man. If you want to know what kind of person I am, talk to me, interview me. I only need an interview. I promise. I only need an interview because my play is gonna speak for itself. And if you not able to make it to Vegas, just watch Vegas. I have tons of film. You can always watch. And I just can't wait for Vegas. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Y'all gonna see in Vegas. That's it.
All right, man. That is it for the interview. Thank you again, KingsWorld. We're gonna see you guys next time for another interview featuring iNetwork and NapX. Goodbye, everybody.